we finally know with certainty the villain of Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness. We are going full on Lovecraft, which not a surprise, right? Like, I mean, the title
No,
of the film
no.
was kind of like, "Hey guys, we're doing Lovecraft." So, what do we make, Mitch? What do you make of Shuma-Gorath? What do you think?
I'm dreading the fact that everyone's going to call him a starfish and compare him to Starro. I'm
Now,
dreading it.
Uh,
oh,
uh, I'm just wondering, it wasn't that him in What If?
Yes.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah. And that's kind of interesting because, like, the design on the leaked art, I guess, it's
So,
off, but it kind of makes sense, right? Because it evolved, and maybe he's different in the animated version. So,
so that means that we're gonna have either like a stop in the Cancerverse
maybe.
or
Well, no, because Shuma-Gorath just exists outside the multiverse, doesn't he?
I'm a little confused because he's supposed to, but for some reason, like him and some of his kind are in the Cancerverse for some reason. I can't remember
I
why.
mean, this is the MCU. They're just going to simplify it, right? They'll just say he
Most
exists
likely.
between all multiverses, and that's it.
I say I can't imagine them being like, "Oh yeah, the Cancerverse."
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know why it's called that either, but yeah.
I say I don't I don't remember him and his being in the Cancerverse. To me, that was two very different things. But I haven't
They
read
should go
anything in
real
years.
meta
So.
and just, like, call it the Snyderverse.
Oh.
Yeah, he's stuck in the Snyderverse. It's where everything goes to die.
Well, that's ironic because you can't die in the Cancerverse.
Oh, yeah. Which
the whole
universe am
point.
I thinking of then? There's. Man, it's been a while since I read that, but that's like where you
So the
toss.
Cancerverse is literally where Death died, and then
Yeah, that's where they
everyone kind of
tossed
went
in
like
the
crazy.
surfer for a while and everything.
Uh,
And there was the part where you could like be like, no, this exists in its own pocket and nobody touches. I can't remember what that was, but it's kind of like what you know, it kind of seems like what.
Well, no, I just looked up again. The reason why everyone had eternal life, but it was I guess to it was really bad because even though they couldn't die, the many angled ones, basically, Shuma-Gorath and his client, enslaved everyone and turned every living being into one giant living corpse.
Huh.
Hmm.
Okay. That's all right. So,
so that one's new to me.
Yeah.
Not that I'm like one of these big guys that know
well,
everything about Shuma-Gorath. I don't.
I mean, we know from the beginning they always teased this was going to be more of a darker film, horror themes. Makes sense doing the Lovecraftian thing here with the squids and the eye and the everything. And obviously we saw some of the other promotional art that's on there, like America Chavez is on there. Like we kind of get the general idea now, even though we've seen nothing but leaks. We kind of just have a general sort of through line of what the film is at least going to consist of as the big bad and how they get there. But I'm more interested to know if there's going to be anything more going on here because I feel like just that, like Shuma being the villain, it's kind of like, like,
well, Shuma-Gorath's whole thing is like he's the embodiment of chaos magic. So that's obviously going to tie in for Wanda and her arc. But how they play it, I don't know. We've heard rumors that she's going to be against them, but every promo pic you see, she's with them.
Yeah.
That's kind of like, I don't believe that really. But
that's going to be the twist.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
Probably.
Oh.
I don't know, like, I thought the promo art looks good. He looks just like they ripped him out of the comics. So, like,
I say that's the only thing, isn't it? Like, you're seeing it's a puzzle image. Yeah. It's a promo puzzle image. It's probably not going to look exactly like that.
Yeah.
But what can you really do with Shuma-Gorath? It's literally an eyeball with like arms.
Yeah.
Like, he can change size and how many arms he has. Like that's kind of sort of Shuma-Gorath. I say that's all he does. Like that's all he looks like.
And I mean, since we did see him in What If, technically, I think this further confirmed that we are going to see some of those characters in live action, like at least Captain Carter.
Yeah, I think that's a given at this point.
it's kind of, it makes sense at least.
Yeah, I think with their whole thing being variants right now in the multiverse, I think they've been setting it up for this movie to kind of be like, yeah, we haven't got to explain it now. We can just go ahead and do what we want to do.
Yeah. Yep.
Like here's the Avengers variant, where it's Tom Cruise and people like that.
Yeah, sounds good. So at least now, we have the confirmation of one of the villains, or at least the main one. I won't be surprised if there's a secondary, but I guess we're gonna have to wait to see.
I assume that's Mordo.
That's my guess. Mordo's being manipulated by Shuma, maybe like.
Yeah, that works. Yeah.
And then they can reveal that he's been manipulated by him for a while, and then make Mordo one of the Thunderbolts or Dark Avengers or whatever they do. That kind of makes sense. So.
Yeah.
Like, no, I wasn't trying to cripple people on purpose. Well, kind of, but I was also manipulated. Like,
I didn't cripple him. He was already crippled. I just took his magic away.
It's the Loki effect where people are like, "Oh my God, he's so lost, and innocent." I'm like, "Yo, he tried genocide. I don't know what you're talking about." But okay, I guess you simp for a guy that wants to kill everybody. That's cool. Okay, sure. Excuses.